Yo, hey man, what's good? It's your boy Vaughn, and I'm back with another reaction, man. And yes, I am feeling a little bit better, but a young nigga still sick, you feel me? But we gonna thug it out regardless. But as you can see in this video today, we got Jxmy Highroller. I never thought I would see this day. Now, it's a black screen for y'all, but the thumbnail, it was LeBron, you feel me? I'm happy that this is a black screen, cause you know, whenever you make a LeBron video, you gotta be careful making LeBron videos, bud, cause hey, you can't say the wrong thing. But nah, let me stop, let me calm down. People might be looking for me. Let's go ahead and get into the reaction, bro. I never thought I would see this day. I'm getting chills, I don't know what's finna happen. Let's go.
Question: what does the iPhone, Facebook, the OKC Thunder, Kevin Durant's NBA career, and #1 NBA prospect AJ Dybantsa have in common?
What is these
It's
comparisons?
Quite an odd group of miscellaneous things, only
Facts.
related in one specific way. And based on the title and thumbnail of this video, you've probably figured it out by now.
Still
None of
sick,
these things
bro.
existed when LeBron's record-breaking 10-point streak began. It's a streak that's been going on for nearly 20 years. One of those.
You see what I be talking about? Like how do he be getting these statistics? When LeBron started his 10-point a game streak, KD didn't hoop, OKC wasn't a thing, a whole NBA team wasn't a thing on this nigga stats. Like, who thinks of that, bro?
Things you legitimately
I'm telling you,
you'd never see come to an end. But on Thursday night, it finally did. A streak that began before many NBA fans were even born has finally came to a conclusion. And the final number is so ridiculous, it is a record that will never, ever be broken.
another record that is impossible to break. Of course, by LeBron, of course. Hey, I gotta get like Agent with them ass snipes. They be trying to put them in the vid and shit. They be trying to be slick with it, bro. I gotta start sniping shit in real time.
After 19 seasons, 7,273 days, and 1,200
How does this nigga know this?
A monumental streak that never seemed like it would ever end came to an end. For the first time since January 5th, 2007, LeBron James scored less than 10 points in a regular season game on Thursday night. And in the most poetic way imaginable, with the game and a near 2-decade-long streak on the line and the opportunity to keep his streak alive, LeBron James passed out of the last shot to find the open man in the corner for the game winner. The most likely conclusion to a streak.
He's not worried about no 10-game streak.
When asked about the bittersweet reality of his streak coming to an end, LeBron's response was short and to the point.
What feelings did you have, if any? What bothered you?
None. We won.
Yeah. And now that we've seen the conclusion to this 1,297
This nigga,
game
like,
saga, I would like to
he
take
think
the
he's
time
so
to dive
cool,
into
like
just how remarkable and how unbreakable LeBron's 10-point scoring streak really is. Just how long is 1,297 games? Well, with the recent news of the Clippers cutting Chris Paul from the roster,
that's somebody who was
LeBron's
born.
10-point scoring streak
Wait,
is of every single player in the NBA, outside of course, LeBron himself. The most
you see
career
Brody
games
up there?
played
Come
among
on now.
active players not including LeBron is held by Russell Westbrook, a player so old that he was a part of the OKC Thunder's inaugural season in the NBA with 1,260 career games. How unbreakable is LeBron's record? Well, even if the longest tenured player in the entire league outside of LeBron scored at least 10 points in every single game of his career,
oh shit, that's not
it
even the
still
stats.
wouldn't be
Hold
enough
up.
to break LeBron's record. Now, the player with the second longest 10-point streak in NBA history is none other than Michael Jordan, who began his streak all the way back in 1986, retired, returned to the NBA, continued his streak, retired again, came back again, and finally fell short of 10 points in 2001 at the ripe age of 38 and was still 431 games shy of LeBron's record. To put into perspective how much longer MJ would have had to play to break LeBron's streak, if he continued his streak dating back to 1986 through 2001, scored at least 10 points in every single game of the following season, and the next season, and the season after that, and the season after that, the season after that, and the season after that.
I'm getting confused because, like, what is he talking about?
By 2007. In fact, JJ Redick, the head coach of the Lakers, will
Like
be the
what?
first to tell you how incredible LeBron's record is. Because on the exact day LeBron last scored single-digit points, JJ Redick suited up in just the 8th game of his NBA career, which means Redick began his career in the NBA, played 15 seasons in the league, retired from basketball, ran a successful podcast for 3 years, and became the man's head coach, all while LeBron maintained his streak. But with LeBron's streak now over, we can begin to look ahead and see if there's anyone who even has a chance to grab this record for themselves. With all the incredible scorers
That's funny
in
as
the league
hell.
today, Durant, Shea, Luka, Giannis, I'm sure there's someone who has a decent streak going right now. 267. The next closest active streak is Kevin Durant with 267 games. Do y'all remember this shot? The toe on the line, a career-altering moment for Durant. It's been quite some time since we witnessed this, and yet
Facts.
this shot happened 2 months after Durant's current 10-point scoring streak began, back in 2021.
Began?
And considering he's 37 years old in his 17th NBA season, I think it's safe to say he will not be breaking this record. So let's look ahead to the next player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a perfect candidate for a record like this. Shai's
Facts.
current streak stands at 170 games, which means that if Shai plays every single game moving forward and scores at least 10 points in all of those games, he is on track to break LeBron's record midway through the 2039 NBA season at the age of 41. In fact,
Damn.
combine the games of the 10 longest active streaks in the league today, and you still wouldn't have enough to break LeBron's record.
How does he be, bro? How the fuck do LeBron be getting record? Like, I'm finna, no, bro. I'm finna get mad. How the fuck he be getting records like this that nobody can break? Like, this nigga, even his name, LeBron, that shit sound like, bro, like, I had to calm down on my fault. Let's get back to it, man.
There are countless players who can score 10 without breaking a sweat. So how exactly does one player build such an insurmountable lead on every other player to ever suit up? Well, because you not only need to be skilled and consistent enough to score 10 points every single game, you have to be lucky enough to not get hurt. And you also need to be gimmicky enough to even want to keep the streak going in the first place. To keep up with a record like this, essentially, a player cannot sustain an injury in the first half of any game at any point in their career. Giannis had a streak that got up to 171 games just a few nights ago, the third longest active streak in the NBA. But then he unfortunately went down with an injury just 3 minutes into their game against the Pistons, and his streak was snapped. Back in 2021, James Harden's streak was up to 450 games, until he tweaked his hamstring on this play just 5 minutes into a game against the Knicks. He would end up leaving the game, sitting out the rest of the contest, and his streak came to an end. Back in 2023, Luka Doncic had a streak of 211 games, but spun his way into an ankle sprain, left the game in the first quarter after scoring 0 points, and ended his streak. In 2017, Kevin Durant had the misfortune of being teammates with Zaza Pachulia, who just 10 minutes into a game against the Wizards went barreling into KD's knee while he was in the midst of the 5th longest 10-point streak in the history of the league.
That shit hurt.
To say, when a
Hyperextending your knee.
bend the wrong way, you don't come back into the game, and your 562 game streak of 10-point games comes to an end. Most of the time, beating a record like this is a matter of luck, or rather, not having enough of it. But even if you do get lucky enough to not get injured, you still have to put 10 points on the board. Something that, as easy as it may come to some players, is nearly impossible to do hundreds of times in a row. In 2019, Damian Lillard's streak of 230 games came to an end as he failed to score 10 points in a game against the Raptors. He put up 12 shots, got to the line a couple times, but after 3 years of not having an off night, he finally did have one. Same thing happened to Karl Anthony Towns in 2021, was balling out for 172 straight games, and then just laid an egg in game 173. Played 31 minutes, took 11 shots, but just failed to hit double digits. Steph Curry is one of the most lethal scorers in NBA history, and yet he has scored single-digit points 3 times in the past year. So not only do you have to stay healthy, you also can't afford to have a single bad scoring night at all for a very, very long time. And even if you manage to do all of that, you will still not approach this record unless you're willing to pull a few stunts to keep it going. The number of times LeBron scored less than 10 points from January 6, 2007 to December 3rd, 2026, 0. The number of times he scored just enough to keep the streak alive in that same time span, 24. A statistical improbability? Maybe. Going out of his way to keep the streak alive? Yeah, probably. As the years went along and this streak became more absurd, the look of relief on LeBron's face as he crossed the 10-point threshold in close calls became more apparent. Like in 2018 in a game against the Knicks, where LeBron tweaked his ankle but stayed in the game for another minute to score exactly 10 points, and then checked out of the game for good 50 seconds.
Hey, that nigga LeBron be stat pattern.
This game in 2021 against the Hawks, when Solomon Hill attempted to go for a loose ball and instead eviscerated LeBron's ankle. LeBron was rolling around on the ground, hollering in agonizing pain, clearly in no shape to return to this game. And yet he did. To hit this three-pointer 7 seconds later, giving him his 10th point of the night, and then checking out of the game for good on the very next possession. And then, of course, there was the Lakers versus Suns game less than a week ago, where LeBron was struggling all night, but stayed in a blowout game just long enough to score exactly 10 points before immediately subbing out and not returning to the game. Just like every other impossibly.
But how the hell Jxmy be finding the games?
A few manufactured moments to keep the streak going. A small price to pay for a record that will never be touched for the rest of time.
Nah, now I'm feeling like LeBron manipulated me, cause what the, bro, that nigga is a glitch, bro. I'm telling you, bro, LeBron is a glitch, bro. Yeah, man, that's gonna be it for this video. I went the whole vid without saying nothing crazy. Gotta leave a like for that, man. I'm still here, I survived, you know what I'm saying, another day. I don't know if it's gonna be a vid tomorrow. I don't even know why I recorded one today, but it is what it is. It's your boy Vaughn. Make sure you like and sub up, bro. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Love.